Now, chai tea is really, really popular with a lot of people I know. Whenever we put chai tea out in the little tea bags on retreats, it goes really, really quickly. And the thing about chai tea is you can make it in lots of different ways. So the important thing is to feel what inspires you and to flow with it, let it dance, and then create a delicious medley of flavors that want to infuse and entwine together. I'm going to show you my favorite recipe, something that I developed when I tuned into my heart and just allowed it to flow. All right, so I'm going to start off with about 6 cups of water. That's about 1.5 liters. You can actually make it with more, you can make it with less. If you want to drink it immediately after making it, probably do it with less. But what I like to do is allow the flavors to infuse and to develop throughout the day. Or I like to make it at night and then let the flavors develop overnight so that I can drink it throughout the next day. So either less or more, but right now I'm going to put about 6 cupfuls in. Right, you will actually need a really good pestle and mortar for this. So I'm going to take about 20 cardamom pods. Cardamom, it's excellent digestive aid, lowers blood pressure, it's great for oral health and breath freshening. A nice heaped teaspoon of fennel seeds. Another powerful digestion aid, great for anti-flatulence. Half a teaspoon of cloves. If you don't have cloves, you can use allspice. You can either use powdered allspice or powdered anything if you want. Cloves calms the stomach, excellent for digestion. It's a fantastic antibacterial and really great for the immune system. I like to use the whole spices for optimum freshness, for more of that nutritional goodness, and the flavor from whole herbs that are crushed down there and then is much more potent than if you buy them pre-ground. But just use what you have available. And also half a teaspoon of peppercorns. I've got red peppercorns here because that's what I have available. Peppercorns, they're great for digestion and it's a great antibacterial agent. Now, if you don't have pestle and mortar, there is another way. You could get a really large chopping board and a very sharp, heavy knife, and you could just chop over them repeatedly again and again and again. Now, if you want to finely chop the cardamom pod, you're going to have to crack open and discard the pods first. But what we're going to do is just crush down and then pummel, and you can really get a sense of the incredible flavors happening here. Yes. It's releasing all these amazing aromas. So you want to put a bit of effort into this. It might take a minute or so because you really want to get a sense of most of the stuff in here having broken down. It's broken down quite a lot. So that'll do, and you want to just pop that into your pan with the water. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to put about half a cinnamon stick in there. You can use ground cinnamon if you don't have the sticks. I don't always have the sticks. And just break it up. And we want about 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg. Very important to embrace the benefits of freshly grated nutmeg. So what you want is a really fine grater. And then just finely grate about 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon. Nutmeg, an excellent pain reliever. It's really, really good for the brain and for healthy circulation. You want to pop rooibos tea in, either a teaspoon of loose rooibos tea. I just have a tea bag here, so I'm just going to pop that in. Now I like to use rooibos so that it's caffeine free. All right, what else? There's something else. Ginger. Right. So you just want to peel off the skin because you really don't need the skin. The reason I like to grate it finely is so that it really unleashes the goodness in it. Right, so that's about a loose teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. Ginger, oh, it's one of my favorite foods. fantastic and powerful anti-inflammatory. It's so good at helping nausea and digestion. And for this amount, you want to add about a tablespoon of coconut sugar. You can also use maple syrup or rice syrup. And I think we're ready to go. That's everything in there. I want to put it on the heat now and let it boil gently. Bring it to the boil and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Alright, that's been a good 20 minutes now. Now, there are different options at this stage. I could let that cook even for 10 minutes, put the lid on and just let those flavors infuse overnight. Or I could let it boil for 20 minutes and I could drink it right away, ready to serve. Now, the longer you leave it, the stronger it gets, so you can actually then add more water to it. You can add some plant-based milk, say 50% of the chai tea with 50% milk, and then you can heat that up in a pan and have a kind of a milky chai. You can add a touch of vanilla, like ground vanilla, vanilla pod, or even a dash of vanilla extract. And remember that you can add different flavors, more of the flavors you like, less of the ones you don't. You can play with it, find a blend that really works for you. This is my favorite blend right now. And you can pop it in a jar or a jug with a lid, let it cool down, leave it in your fridge, and then it's good all week long. You can either have it cold or just heat up the amount you want when you need it. You can pop it in a flask, take it with you when you go out and sip on it all day long. So one of the easiest things to do is to pop it into a jug. And you are actually going to need to strain it with a tea strainer, or you can use a big strainer, whatever you prefer. So let's see. Oh. Now, in this kind of weather, when it's colder, rather, you can have it all year round, but all the spices in here are warming and nurturing, so they're going to really warm you to the core. If you like what you see here, please do give me a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and come see me on trinityskitchen.com for lots of recipes and interesting articles about health and things like that. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.